Hello, classmates. I'm going to talk about Stanley's Parable first off, and I have come to the conclusion that it is indeed a game, and uh, it is a type of game that you would normally enter willfully, I suppose. In this case, I was required to play it, but I thought it was a cool game nonetheless, and I'll probably check it out again and see some of the different outcomes that you can have. But anyways, the game has some pretty specific goals. You want to shut down the mind control center and eventually get out of the mind control center and free yourself, basically. And if you meet those goals, you can win the game. And if you fail to meet those goals, you can lose and have fatal consequences. So basically, the game has pretty specific rules. The narrator lays them out for you, and you can choose to follow them or not follow them, but I'd say they are rules nonetheless. And the game has a challenge just to figure out what to do, basically, and see what happens. I wouldn't say this game's extremely challenging. Alright, so basically overall, I came to the conclusion that Stanley's Parable is indeed a game, and some of the key elements that kept me interested in it was the subtle humor. Like, if you read the projector, it said how to deal with anger in the workplace, and it said to well it up inside you, or essentially, and then it also said to release it upon your coworkers. So I thought that was just some little hidden humor that was pretty funny. And yeah, just the whole game seemed to be laden with metaphors, which could be taken a bunch of different ways. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting game. It had an interesting storyline, and kept me involved in wanting to play, which is basically the main thing a game needs to do to engage me. Now I'm going to talk about Rome Total War 2 and the elements that make it a game as well. And for this one, it was really clear that I purchased it solely from my own motivation, and I paid a fairly high price for it. It was like $60 or something, but I really wanted to play it, so I was willing to pay the price. And the game has very clear goals that are laid out from the beginning, and if you meet those goals, you can win the game, and if you fail to meet those goals, you can lose. So those are also common elements in most video games. And Rome Total War 2 is very interactive. You interact with both artificial characters, and you can play it online if you so choose. And it's all about how you react with the different factions that shapes how the game unfolds for you. And it's also quite challenging. You can set different difficulty levels. I think I left it on the preset, but it was quite challenging. To beat the game, it took me, I think, 70 hours, so pretty challenging. And it engaged me. I wanted to keep playing. If I lost ground in the game, it made me want to stop the game even less. And yeah, even now that I've beat the main game, I still like to play it for the side missions and stuff. I don't play it as frequently, but yeah, overall it was a good game, and met all the elements of a game.